Hey, what's going on everybody? So today I'm going to be doing a little test review video on some braid I just picked up at Fleet Farm, and that is the Sufix Performance Braid. It says digital Y6 braiding, which from what I read on the back of the packaging, it is like the process they use to make the braid. I'm not sure what it means, but saw it at Fleet Farm. It was $7.99, which is pretty cheap for a braid, a spool of braid, but it is only 100 yards, which most of them come in like 125, 150 yard spools. And the only choices they had was like 8 pound, 10 pound, 40 pound, 50, and like from there on up 60 to like 80 pound tests. So I went with 40. I wanted 30, but 40 is not bad. It is a 10 pound mono equivalent in diameter. So I'm gonna be putting this on my, there's a lot of frog action going on right now, a lot of frogs in the water last time I went out, so I got a frog tied on here now, but I'm going to be putting it on this Shimano SLX. This is just a base $100 reel that they make. They also make two other reels. I got the DC right there, and then they make like $150 one that's right in between. I forget what this SLX something, but anyway, I got like 15 pound P-line topwater line on there right now, but I wanted something a little bit stronger to throw some frogs around with. I don't fish frogs a whole lot. Actually, I really don't ever fish frogs, but I wanted to try something different and get out there and see if I can. I just found this. I was looking for some braid, and I just came across this today at Fleet Farm and decided for the price, why not give it a try? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It is only 100 yards, like I said, so I'm going to be using some of this as some backing, so I should be able to fill that spool up pretty well with some backing on there too. But yeah, I'm going to be hopefully going out there one of these days and testing it out and see how much I like it. For $8, you never know what you're going to get, so I figured I'd give it a shot and see if we can get out there and catch some fish on it. But hopefully you stay tuned and we have a little bit of luck.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Maybe throw a like in there if you like today's video. So, finally got a chance to get out on the water today. It's almost 7:30 in the morning, a little bit later than I thought I would be out here, but finally made it. And I'm going to be testing out that line. Sorry, my hand's in the way. Trying to fix the camera. I'm going to be testing out that line. The Sufix Performance Braid, the $7.99 special line, and a little bit of topwater. So actually got quite a bit of rain these last couple days, this past week, so this area right here is actually more filled up than it used to be. But I'm seeing a lot of surface action. Last time I was out here, there were a ton of frogs in this area too, so hopefully frogs are still active. It's that time of year that they should still be, so a lot of swirling on the water just in this real shallow area. It's like 2 feet deep here, maybe, probably less than 2 feet, so there's a lot of swirling on the water over here. So I'm gonna make my way through this little canal here, get out to the main lake, and hopefully we can get on some fish with that new line. But hopefully stay tuned, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, so I made it to the first spot. I'm gonna try to get over here before the sun gets too high over these trees here, but a lot of the vegetation's died down since the last time I've been out here, but it gets real shallow and then it gradually drops off from here. So I think they might be hiding over here, but there's only one way to find out. Be throwing a little poppin' frog. Forgot the brand of it. This is like $5. I forgot. I'll let you know later. But I got my braid all spooled up. I maybe put a little bit too much on here, but we'll deal with that. Should be fine. I'll be throwing on my just base model SLX with my 7.2 medium heavy fast action rod. So with my topwater rod, so I don't throw a lot of braid, so hopefully we can manage pretty well, but got some fish hopefully. If not, I can always tie on the whopper plopper too. So the braid casts pretty well. Like I said, I don't really cast braid a whole lot on, oh, got a little bit of, so I'm not super used to it. And again, I might have put too much on the spool. So the frog's a little bit of a lighter lure compared to like a whopper plopper and stuff like that. So haven't messed up too much so far on the second cast. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not even going down at all with the tension. All right, guys, so I think I got it all dialed in now. It's casting pretty good. I haven't got any bites yet on the frog. I've never caught a fish actually on a soft body frog before, so looking for my first one. Maybe it'll happen today. Something swirled over to the left of me here on top of the water, so hopefully they're active on top water. We've gotten some pretty cold nights the last couple weeks, so the water temperature is really cooled, but you just never know with top water at this time of year. Might change this out for a little bit and throw on a plopper, maybe cover a little bit more water, but I'm trying to cast up as close as I can to the bank. And see, that was a good cast. Not too bad for this $8 braid. I like it so far. I'd like to land a fish on it though to get the full effect, but we'll have to wait and see about that. Just keep on throwing it out there. All right, guys, so I switched out the frog. Maybe I'll have to catch my first frog fish another day, but put this little whopper plopper on, a little bit heavier, cast a little bit farther, so see how it does. I know a lot of people don't like to fish whopper ploppers on braided line, but we'll see how it does. I usually fish it on mono, but braid will do the job too. Maybe we can land an actual fish on the line. Cover a little bit more water too. A little bit more noise, maybe we'll get. The only thing that stinks is it's not as weedless as the frog, but you have to get it across these weeds. Basically just ruins your whole cast. But what are you gonna do? All right, guys, so I don't think the top water's happening today, so I really want to catch a fish on this line. The water's pretty stained, pretty greenish, so I don't think it'll be a problem going straight braid. Oops. So I'm gonna do a little rugby jig and a little yum dinger on there, see if we can actually land a fish on this line, just to see what it's like with a fish on the other end of it. So this really isn't a, this is my top water rod, but should be able to make it work today, hopefully. Oop. Gotcha. Ooh, stand. All right. Just lifting the rod tip up and he thumped it. Not a giant, but it's a fish on the on that new braid. Well, I think it handled pretty good. Didn't take any drag out, but it's not big enough for that. But got a fish on the braid line. Felt pretty good. Got it back to the boat. So yeah, not bad for $7. Cool. Just trying to figure out these fish. They are not liking topwater this morning. So switched to something a little bit slower. And I was just lifting this up off the bottom and he grabbed it when I had the line tight. So cool. Well, not too bad. All right, now that I've landed a fish on this line, so I started out with a little soft body frog, switched to a whopper plopper. All of them cast real well. Switched out to this little, it's an 1/8 inch rugby jig head, and it still casts just as good. No backlashes or anything like that. Yeah, not too bad for $7 or $8. I'm gonna fish this a little bit more, see if I can snag another one on this line. But yeah, I didn't switch out my settings at all on my reel. That may be a little bit on the reel too. But yeah, it's working like it should. I got it tangled and some lay down, and I got that undone. Didn't fray it or anything real bad, so still holding tight. I felt that fish as soon as it grabbed that worm. Granted, it was on a tight line when I was about to pull it off the bottom, but still felt that thump and got it in the boat. So that's the majority of the battle here. So